All right, good evening, everyone. We apologize for the short delay. We had a little bit of technical trouble, but we're getting started now. So welcome to Natural We Communities Hour of Power. We are excited to come together once again on this Thursday evening. I'm going to introduce our speaker in a moment, but first we'll go ahead and, as we do, start with some breathing. This week we have the Beat the Drum, African drums and music going in terms of our brief guided meditation. So go ahead and get comfortable in your seat and just take a deep breath out. And take a deep breath in. And take a deep breath out. And take a deep breath in. And I just invite you to continue with that breathing and just allow yourself to center. Allow yourself to feel your breathing, to feel your own body. I know a lot of times we get overwhelmed on these Zoom calls or just being inside. But this is a moment where we can just be free from distractions. We can be free from distractions and we can just be, we can give thanks for the breath that is in our body. We give thanks that we are here, alive and breathing, and that we are well. We give thanks for the rhythm of life. As we hear the beats of the drums, we are reminded that we have our own heartbeat, and we celebrate having our own heartbeat. We are thankful for the gift of life. And just continue to breathe, allowing yourself to be, knowing that you are blessed, that we are blessed, that we are calm, we are healed, we are full of peace, we have everything that we need. And just continue breathing. As you breathe out, you can imagine every worry and every concern, any negativity leaving your body. And as you breathe in, just imagine all the love and peace and serenity and calm, all the good that this life has to offer flowing through you. And we are just thankful for this moment. So as the drums continue to play, just invite you to continue to breathe. Let the music and drums and the rhythms guide you. And we'll breathe for a couple more seconds in this exercise. Breathe out and breathe in. And we take a breath out. You take a breath in. And one big breath out, deep breath out. And a deep breath in. So thank you for joining us with this exercise. We are grateful that you're a part of it, and we hope that it leaves you feeling calm, a little bit more centered than when you joined in. And with that, we are going to get started. We are excited for today's Zoom. We are excited for today's Community Hour of Power. We have a wonderful woman with us today. She is amazing. She is awesome. Her name is Precious Mitchell. And a couple things about Precious is every year she puts on an incredible worship experience called Incredible Praise that is just amazing, with dancers and singers and spoken word artists, and it's just a wonderful experience. She is a parent coordinator at Anemo Westside Middle School. Her favorite affirmation mantra is be the change you want to see in the world. And one of the things that is wonderful in having Precious with us today is she is actually going to share with us the project that she has the vision for and is launching. Natural We Community is partnering with Precious and another organization called Willingness to Serve, but this is really the brainchild of Precious, and so we are going to let her share and go from there. So Precious, the floor is yours.
Well, thank you, Natural We and the Natural We community for allowing me this opportunity to share some of the things that we're doing in the community for specifically our people of color. And so God gave me this vision. I was actually on a Zoom call when it was placed upon my heart. I was on a Zoom call with my family. We do a Zoom call once a week, and I was on a Zoom call with my family, and we were talking about how this pandemic has affected our kids in our community, specifically African American kids, because they rely on the food given from the school as meals for the day. And so, being that the school was only serving them Monday through Friday, God placed it on my heart that there's still Saturday and Sunday that they're not eating. If we can at least serve them one additional day, have a have a comfortable at-home experience. And so it was something that was given to me as we were on the call with my family, and I spoke on it, just saying it because that's a conversation that we were having. And then the next day, Friday, I woke up at like 5 or 6 in the morning because I couldn't sleep, and all the ideas, everything that was rushing on my head, I just started writing it down. And then as I wrote it down, I started posting on Facebook and reaching out to people, and slowly but surely, but by Monday, I really had pretty much a team and people willing to help and willing to serve. Natural We and a willingness to serve was agreed to partner and help this vision come true. So thank you guys for allowing me to and trusting me to even partner with me on something like this.
You're welcome. No, we're excited. We are grateful for this vision that was placed on your heart, and it is so easy to think about ourselves in the midst of everything that's going on, but your heart is concerned with the community. Your heart is concerned with feeding our kids and our families and those who make up this society. And so we're excited to partner with you. We are excited to be here with you. Thank you, everyone who has joined on the Zoom. Please feel free to use the chat feature if you have any comments or questions. We are happy to answer them and keep this dialogue going. So Precious, tell us about what do you envision? Is this a community feeding that is just one time? What do you see coming from this?
No, so my goal is actually to do the feeding twice a month until at least the pandemic is over. I'm absolutely open to whatever God has in store for it, transcending whatever my vision is, because that's how God is. He'll take something, that I thought was a couple months and turn it into something that is years to come. Like, just for example, Incredible Praise was something I just did one time, and people started asking for it every year, and here we are, 12 years later, and we're still doing it. So I'm open to whatever God has in store. But again, where my goal is to do it twice a month until December. And if God sees fit to see it further than that, I'm absolutely open to that.
That's great. We're excited to do this from now until whenever it ends or it doesn't end. You know, this is something where a couple of community hours weeks ago, we were talking with Pastor McKinney from the Providence Baptist Church and talking about the role of the church when society has pandemics or just even every day, you know, even without a pandemic, what is the role of the church in helping our people? And Pastor McKinney and myself, when we were talking, we were just reminded that, you know, it talks about helping. It talks about being an actual neighbor and feeding and clothing when we are able to. And so being able to have this starting, when does it start?
June 13th is the first. June 13th is launching the first feeding. It's at New Providence, and the flyers will be posted later on after we get on the Zoom. But the first feeding will be June 13th from 11 to 1.
Okay, awesome. So starting June 13th, and so can you tell us a little bit about willingness to serve and the partnership and how so you have the vision and now how is it coming into fruition?
Yeah, so again, like that Friday, you know, I get on the prayer line for the majority, like every morning at 7. And so as we were on the prayer line, I'm up at 6 and I'm writing everything that I'm thinking of. And as I'm writing and as they're praying, Bishop and First Lady Shanika, as they're praying, I'm texting them of all these ideas of what I had. And they continue to pray as they're on the line for the things that I'm thinking of and the vision that I have. And then literally by Monday, I literally had 2 sponsors who wanted to be a part of this, Natural We and Willingness to Serve. And Willingness to Serve came from a coworker of mine who teaches drums at my former school, and she was saying, "Oh my God, you have to partner with this organization who does feedings once a month as well." And so when I reached out to Willingness to Serve, I got an immediate answer, and they were extremely on board. They were extremely excited, and they wanted to be a part of whatever we were doing. And they were giving me all kind of tools and giving me information that helped me structure my feeding a little bit better, because I've never done anything like this to this magnitude as far as feeding people. I've never done anything like this before. So they were really open and really transparent with me about what I needed and how I can help, best practices and all that stuff. So it was a huge blessing for them to not know me and then trust me with not only their organization, but their brand, because they have a brand. And so I was super excited that they saw fit to even partner with me and they didn't even know me.
That's beautiful. So is there anything that, right, Natural We has partnered, Willingness to Serve has partnered. So for those in the community who feel like, well, I actually have enough food, so I don't really need the food, but how can I assist? Is there ways for people to actually join and be a help to this mission?
Absolutely. So the goal is to feed 200 people. My original goal was 100, but it surpassed that, so now it's 200. So my goal is 200 per feeding, and it doesn't have to be, you don't have to be starving or your family. It's just somebody who wants a nice meal and who may not know when their next meal is going to come. And so yes, we're open to taking donations, whether it's monetary, whether it's contributing your time, whether it's contributing supplies that we may need so that we can keep going. We're accepting all of that. And that information will be on the Natural We page as well as mine as well.
Yes, and so just briefly, while we're also here in the Zoom, for people who are listening and watching and who will listen and watch later when we post this on our social media platforms and YouTube, that Natural We Community wants partnered with Precious, one, to help get this going. We believe in the work, we believe in the vision, but also to make sure that sometimes people are like want an organization attached to things, so everything is legitimate, so on and so forth. So one of the benefits of joining with Natural We is also that all donations are tax deductible. So now, if you choose to give a monetary donation, whether it's through Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, or we pick up, what Natural We will do is we will actually write you a letter and send it to you via email or mail it to you in the mail, and you can letting that you can use for tax purposes. In terms of the tax deduction. And what the hope and prayer and goal is we are also working on getting this fully funded for Precious in a way where it's actually as a grant. And it is something that is able to continuously happen, and we're not every single week trying to hustle up the groceries that goes into it, the masks and the gloves that goes into it. So a little bit about June 13th. The first, which is the first community feeding, will be held at New Providence Baptist Church. So we thank New Providence Baptist Church and Quentin McKinney for their willingness to allow us to use the church in order to do the feeding. And we will be having the mandated social distancing guidelines in effect. And but basically what will happen, we'll just run, Precious, we could just run us through the day.
Okay, sorry, I just need to get my charger. My laptop's about. Okay, sorry.
No worries.
My bad.
We understand. It's Thursday.
So yeah, so the plan is to everything will be fully cooked Friday, and we will be at New Providence 8 o'clock in the morning, just warming food and starting getting everything prepped for the packing. So we'll have two shifts. The morning shift would be the packers would be from 8 to 11, and the distribution would be from 11 to 1. So we're still taking volunteers for both shifts. We're still taking donations, whatever you want to give, whether it's time, whether it's resources, whether it's, partnering, whatever you feel that you can do to contribute to this cause. It may not be June 13th. We'll have another one on June 25th. We're going to be going into December. So if right now you feel like you can't, but you would like to, and you have a desire, you feel compelled, but June is just not a good month for you, that is absolutely fine. We'll have more months to where you can volunteer or contribute in some way, shape, or form.
Yes, and we also want to let everyone know that everyone who is handling the food is a licensed food handler. They have gone through the training and the certification process and are able to. So we're making sure that food safety measures are in place, and so we are excited about that. And right now, we have a few guests on the Zoom. If anyone has any questions or comments, we are going to take them now. We have a couple people on. If this is your chance and opportunity, you can take yourself off mute for a couple minutes if you want, and we just want to encourage some dialogue around this. So I'm going to open the floor to anyone who wants to comment, and even if it's just to send words of encouragement to Precious and the task that she has, we welcome it at this time.
P, you got this. Support everything that you do, and I got your back 100%.
Thank you, boo.
Thank you, Lakeisha.
I was at an accident trying to get here, trying to get upstairs.
Oh no, we don't want an accident now. We still want we want to be able to see you on June 13th. So we're gonna need you to stay safe.
This is my village right here.
This is your village. I'm glad your village is here.
Yes.
Lakeisha, you still on mute. You gotta unmute yourself.
I knew that. Hi, y'all. Y'all, I was trying to do it from the car. It was telling me to download. I'm like, I ain't got time for this. Let me hurry up and get upstairs. And people want to act silly and not walk across the street fast enough, you know. I don't want to have to hit nobody on accident.
I understand. We have Miss Benita Mitchell. I think she's trying to say something. Miss Benita, are you trying to say something?
That's my mom.
She was off. She was off mute and then she got back on mute.
Can you unmute her?
Yeah.
Yeah, the presenter.
There it goes.
Can you hear me
There
now?
it is. We can hear you.
Hello?
Hi.
There you go.
Oh, hi. Yeah, I'm having sort of strange problems with my phone. I really appreciate this opportunity of everyone, you guys partnership with Precious. Precious have always been who she is, Precious. And I just, I respect her. It's just God, she's a God gift to many. To me as her mother, and doing what she do from her heart. And I can actually say that, and not, because she's my daughter. And not only that, but God has called her for such time as this, to reach out and help. And this is just who she is. She's been like that since she's a little girl. I know, I always share this wherever I go, but it's a true fact. It's like God bless you with a child, but then it's his child, and he said whatever, when he lay his hand upon her, it's for good, it's for his glory. So I just thank God for this opportunity, and I know it's gonna go further because of him being in the midst. So I just wanted to encourage you, Precious, to continue doing what you do, continue being the child of God that he's called for you to be, continue taking his voice, and I just thank God. I love you, girl. Stay blessed.
Thanks, Mom.
Thank you. Those are beautiful words. Thank you.
I'm just really emotional. I'm just really, I'm excited. It's like, I remember when she started doing the incredible praise, it's like a little bitty something, but then it's just like, she have a passion for this. Like I told her, this is, it's going to open up doors. Biblically speaking, the Bible says your gift will make room. You know what I'm saying? So I just thank God for this. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, I'm going to stop talking and give someone else a chance. God bless you.
God bless you. Thank you, Miss Mitchell.
You're welcome.
Look at you, Precious, you blushing. I love it. Does anyone else have anything they want to say or share at this moment? I think we have another caller in. I think they're going to stay quiet, or they can type it if they want. So one of the things that I'm really...
Okay.
Go ahead. Is this Bishop?
Yeah. I just wanted to share that it's something beautiful about being friends, partners, prayer partners, worship partners with Precious, and when she gets these crazy ideas, it's not too long that they stay crazy, because she has this way of bringing these things into fruition, and you can't say no. We've adopted this term a couple of years ago. Keisha shaking her head like, yeah, she agrees. She has a way of, and we coined the term voluntel. She has a way of voluntold, you to do this and do that. And she doesn't leave a lot of room for a no. And, you get on board, and next thing you know, you're picking up orders, or you're singing or praying or whatever the case is. And you're now, a part of whatever she is doing. And she has a way of saying our, us, we, she doesn't really say I a lot. And, she has this community feeding now. And, she has a way of saying our. And I'm like, wait a minute, this is your baby. We're just helping. This is ours. This is us doing this and doing that. And I just, you can't say no. You can't say no. You smile, and then you learn very quickly. For those who are watching, who don't really know Precious, and for those that may be coming to pick up a plate, you may end up working. So just be prepared for a blessing. The blessings of serving and truly serving God. And the last thing I wanted to share, I don't want to be too long, but on the prayer line that she was speaking of, we've been praying for 311 days straight, no days off, every single day at 7 a.m. And God is truly doing something amazing in this season, in this pandemic particularly. And I wanted to just seize the opportunity to let you all know that you cannot be afraid to step out, even in this pandemic. God is going to provide, as Mother Mitchell had mentioned. God, your gifts make room. They absolutely make room. And if you continue to stick with God and treat His people the way that He instructs, see, compassion comes in, and I know I should be seeing a lot of different faces of people that I know next to the word compassion in the dictionary, and I'm sure you all can agree that Precious is one of them. The true sense, the true definition of the word compassion is to be sympathetically aware of someone else's situation, of their issue, and having the desire to alleviate them from it. It has nothing to do with you and everything to do with everyone else. And Precious's face should absolutely be right next to the term compassion in the dictionary, because she reaches out to God's people. She just wants everyone to be great. She wants everyone to be blessed. She wants everyone to be great. So please, 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 if you have not supported this cause yet, please support in any way you have, any gifts you have, anything you have. Please let her know, and she will absolutely make sure that you're using your gift for God's glory. If you know how to play dominoes and that's your gift, she's going to make sure somehow, some way, dominoes is used for the edification of the kingdom. And I just thank God that I'm able to call her my sister, and I've been adopted into the family. The words that her mother has shared are all true, and I'm thankful to be a part.
Thank you so much for those words.
Her face is also next to voluntold. Voluntold a lot of us to do stuff.
She done voluntold everybody.
I think everybody on here was voluntold.
Exactly.
This is our idea. I'm like, wait, where did R come from? Wait,
right.
Hold on. Back up.
But one of the beautiful things about this is, and aside from Mother Mitchell, I know you just met me on this Zoom, but everybody calling you Mama Mitchell. So hi, Mama Mitchell. You adopted me too now.
No, she was at the Natural Weed Black History.
Yeah, she was there. You've met her before.
Mm-hmm. And it was her church where your brother sung at, where I told you she was.
I have seen you before. Yeah. Hey, Mama Mitchell, how you doing? But one of the beautiful things about this, and you all being able to share, this is actually one of the first times with the Hour of Power that we actually allowed people to share audibly and not just typing. But I think it's a testament to your character, Precious. And everyone aside from Mama Mitchell is often, we're probably generation Z, or they want to claim we're millennials, even though we remember before cell phones and things like that. But a lot of times for our age group, just kind of guessing around the ages that we are, us, and as not just with our age group, but as Black people, as people of African descent, are looked at as an entitled generation. We're looked at as a group of people who is all about me, and does not care about others. But here, Precious is starting this community feeding and volunteering people to get on board. And even though you were voluntold, think about the character that you all, her tribe, has in going on ahead and saying, all right, precious, you voluntold us, so we're still going to do it willingly, and we're still going to do it with a smile and a cheerful heart. And I think that is so important. I think that is so important in terms of being able to not only live out your faith, but also live out your faith in a way that touches the hearts of people and that impacts the people to be able to be free and to liberate themselves. It goes a long way when you feed somebody and they're not worried about themselves being hungry, so then they can focus on something else. And being able to do that. And Precious, I haven't known you as long as everybody else has, but I still remember the first time I met you when you sang at our Juneteenth celebration. And I remember looking at you and I remember thinking, man, she has a calling on her life. I don't even know if she realizes how big a calling on her life is. And so I'm going to say this publicly again, because I didn't actually tell you that this is what I thought, but I'm letting you know now that this is what I thought. You have an enormous calling on your life. You are so full of passion. You're so full of integrity, and it just exudes. It just pours out. And I hope that you know that. I hope that you can see how much you are loved and how much people are behind you and how much people have your back. As much as this community feeding is for other people, I hope that you realize how much this is for you. Will said it, Mama Mitchell said it, Lakeisha said it, that this also blesses you. And I just hope that you realize the blessing that this will get on your life. And I hope that you are able to just walk in knowing that and walk in that power and continue to just live it out, because this is what community is. This is what community is about. And we're not a community if we don't have the individuals. If we don't have the individuals who are walking in their gifts and walking in their calling, and that is something that you are doing. And so I just hope that it can be rough sometimes. You know, you and I have been back and forth on Facebook Messenger a few times, like, where are we going to get this money from? We may not know exactly. We may not know exactly, but I believe 100% that it's coming. And not only is it coming, it's already here. We may not see it with our physical eye, but it's already here. And I believe that this is just going to be a great opportunity, a great turnout. It's going to be wonderful. I told you yesterday, you got support all the way in San Diego. So this is going to be a great event.
I always wonder, like this is, I hope you guys can play this at my funeral, just in case y'all be crying too much. Just play this Zoom at my funeral so that everybody can see. No, I'm kidding. But it's really encouraging to hear, you know, people, they don't really tell you what kind of impact you make until you die. So it's really a good thing to see how many people are in my corner and how many people support me on a daily. And God is always depositing these crazy visions in my head. And for some reason, I was laughing at Bishop because he's absolutely right. Like, I have the most outrageous ideas, like in I don't have any, like, I cannot not do it. I cannot be obedient and not do it. And it's a gift and a curse at the same time, because, you know, it's overwhelming, because especially for the feeding, because I've never done anything to this magnitude before. Incredible Praise, like the first couple years it was okay, but now I could just do it in my sleep. But this right here is absolutely out of my comfort zone. It's something I've never done. I don't really know, you know, I've helped serve people and, you know, in church and stuff, but organizing something like this and partnering with people and people who've done it before is really enlightening, because you start thinking about things that you didn't think about. It's not as simple as just making a post and, you know, hoping people come, you know what I mean? So I'm really grateful. I have no doubt that this is going to be amazing. I was a little apprehensive at first because I didn't really know where the funds were going. And, you know, even on our Zoom call the other day, I was like, I don't know, but I'm just ready. Like I don't know what's gonna happen, where it's gonna come from, but I'm ready. And so, I mean, failure is just not an option at this point.
One of the beautiful things is that it is happening, and I'm just going to challenge you real quick. It's not a blessing and a curse, because God doesn't curse us. It's a blessing and a responsibility. But it's a responsibility that you can handle, that you are capable of assuming, knowing that you have the support. Your village right here is Aaron and holding your arms up. You know, if we look at I'm not calling you Moses, I'm not calling you, but I am going to.
My hair look like something like Moses right now.
But I am going to use that as an analogy to, when it does feel overwhelming, when it does seem like it's too much, you have your village, you have those who are not only just holding your arms up, but they also got you back. They got your whole front, side to side, everything and moving, and you're not in this alone. You're not in this alone, and just remember who put this in your heart. So it's not a blessing and a curse, because we're not going to we're not even going to allow any negativity to come into this mission and what is being done. We are a group who empowers, and we're going to continue to empower. We're going to continue to celebrate and speak life into ourselves and our people, and raise up to responsibility, because you're capable of it, and you know that you can do it.
Amen. I received that.
All right. So we have a few more minutes. Does anyone else have any last minute comments, questions, words, anything like that before we begin to wrap up? Just gonna give everyone an opportunity real quick. Again, the community feeding is on June 13th at New Providence. Will just got on. Go ahead, Bishop.
I wanted to say that, I can also appreciate, no, I'm not going to sing. I also wanted to say that I appreciate the work that Natural We is doing as well. I think a lot of her, if she had reservations about this, it was very hard to see, because she was at, 100 miles an hour right off the bat. I mean, she was writing down notes when we were in prayer, and as soon as the prayer line ended, she was sending out all these instructions. Hey, you do this. I need a logo. I need this. I need that. So she was reluctant in any way, shape, or form. It was very hard to see. It was very hard to tell that she was apprehensive. So, but I can also appreciate, if no one has said it yet, the work that Natural We is doing to partner with her. I know a lot of the reservations or the apprehensions that she had were very, very much alleviated. When she partnered with you and Natural We community, and just the help that you guys are offering, to her cause is just very commendable. So I wanted to take a moment to say that, we pay attention, and we notice, and we have also heard of the great work that you guys are doing. You say you haven't known Precious that long. I have not known her that long either. You would think we grew up together. But I have not known her that long. I've known Tim probably the longest, but
really, it seems like y'all known each other for like 11 years.
Yeah. Yes, absolutely. We've known each other very, very. Let me just put it this way. I knew Tim before he knew how to sing. So there's that. Oh yeah, there was a Tim that didn't know how to sing. Yes. So God is good. Amen. He is absolutely good. So Tim
is not here to defend himself, and as the executive director, we're gonna leave my associate director alone. But we'll talk after the Zoom hour.
Yeah. But just in the time that I've grown to know her and grown to know her family, I just wanted to say that, the work that Mr. and Mrs. Mitchell is doing in the lives of her children and Precious that's commendable as well. The work that Natural We is doing is commendable as well. And I just I would be remiss if I didn't mention that, the work that you guys are doing is very much noticeable, and God is He is well pleased. One last thing before we go. this morning I was sharing on the line about Jeremiah. See, a lot of people, they talk about Moses and all the excuses that they had and everything, but a lot of people in the Bible had excuses. Jeremiah had so many excuses, but what God answered Jeremiah's excuses with was a promise, and he has placed a promise on Precious's life. He has answered all of the excuses that she would have had to not do this and not do all of the things that she does, with a promise that he is going to equip her with everything that she needs. So you guys were talking about where the money is going to come from. He would not set you out to do this. He would not set TJ out to help you if you were not going to have every single thing that you need in order for it to be successful. And all you need, before you need an Aaron, before you need a bishop, before you need a TJ, before you need a natural week, before you need any of that, you have Jesus on your side. And as long as you have him, you don't need nothing else. It's going to be a success. If you don't reach the goal that you have in mind, just know that God has a goal. If you only feed 2 people, that's 2 more than what would have been fed if you did not do this. So don't look at the numbers. Don't look at how many people show up or don't show up. Just trust God in this. Trust him fully, wholly, and he is going to equip you with everything you need to succeed.
Amen.
Amen. Ashe, it is done. It is done, and we are grateful. Thank you for the words of encouragement, Will, Bishop, as we affectionately call you. I appreciate it. We're grateful. Just a couple things wrapping up. Natural Week Community will continue to post the flyers and spread the word about this community feeding. We are 100% in. We're looking forward to it. Again, we also thank New Providence. We have all these ends. We thank New Providence Baptist Church and Pastor Quentin McKinney for their immediate yes in terms of using the church to be able to launch this feeding, and we don't want to forget willingness to serve. We're grateful for them, for Maintain and Yana, Des, who got you to contact Willingness to Serve. We are most grateful for them to jumping on board as well. This is a partnership. This is really a community event, and we are so excited. So we just thank everyone for joining our community hour. We apologize for the technical difficulties and not being able to be on Facebook, but this was recorded, and as soon as I figure out how to get the recording off of Zoom, it will be on Facebook and YouTube, and we'll continue to share it. So, if we can, there's many things that have come out of Rona, but one thing for sure is that I'm gonna know how to work Zoom by the time this is over. I'll tell you that much. And again, on behalf of Natural We would like to congratulate all of the 2020 grads. Our special video tribute is now on Facebook and YouTube. If you are a 2020 grad, congratulations. Your picture may not be on the video tribute, but please know that the video is for you as well. We had you in mind. And next week on our Community Hour of Power, we will have Monisha Gardner, who is a colon hydrotherapist from Moya Body Care, and she will actually be talking about digestive health, wellness, how to take care of yourself, not only during this pandemic, but beyond, and to really be well. As we say that naturally, we are more than well. And once again, I thank you all for joining us, and I hope you have a great, great evening and rest of the day.
All right. Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Take care.